let's look ahead. Next up, the Mets play Marlins for 4, which you said it's going to be a crucial series, Dani. And then they play the Yankees, and then they play the Braves. So, Dani, where do you think the Mets will be by their next off day, which is on August 1st?
Are you trying to make me do math right now? Okay, let's see. I think that they could take 3 or 4 from the Marlins. I think they will split with the Yankees, so that's 4 wins. They'll split with the Braves. Listen, the Braves offense right now, man, struggle city. They're pitching some of the best in the league. They're a bit of the opposite of the New York Mets. They can split that, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And the Twins also, guys, the Twins in the last month have made the most ground up along with the Astros in all of Major League Baseball. So I would hope they would take a game. Is that a 4? It's just a 3-game set with the Twins. I don't know. I think they can go 500, Michelle. Maybe 1 game above 500 in this split here. I really do. But man, it's got to be, their pitchers have got to be on point. And I'm concerned if you don't get off to a good start against the Marlins, what that does for the rest of your games. Like, I truly think it's really pivotal to come out the gates and feel good and make a good impression to start the second half.
I just see, like, when that full screen went up, I see Dani with a piece of paper and a pen, and, like, the scene in Good Will Hunting. I think it's Good Will Hunting, where it's like a green chalkboard, and they're just, like, doing all of the mathematical formulas. That was Dani trying to figure that out. But you did a great job. Will, do you want to attempt, or would you like to move on?
You know, some of us do that before the show to kind of like just have it done already and prepare, Dani. But I'm kind of sleeping on the Marlins a little bit, actually, because they always play the Mets tough. They always give them a hard time. I don't care who's wearing those uniforms. I don't care if they don't have any pitchers, which they do not at this point. They're still going to play them tough. So I have it going a little bit weird because it's the Mets, and I would have them kind of going with a split with the Marlins, maybe taking both again against the Yankees and then winning the series versus Atlanta, actually. I think Atlanta is very vulnerable right now. I wouldn't be shocked if eventually, I know this is going to sound crazy, but if the Mets actually catch Atlanta at some point in September, I think it's possible because I think Atlanta is that vulnerable this year. I really do. And I think the Mets, I don't really see a lot of reasons beyond the bullpen to really feel worried about the Mets right now. I think that they're in a good spot when it comes to their starting pitching, and their lineup has proven it time and time again that they could be consistent and that they could be the strength of this team.
Dani, who do you think is the biggest threat to the Mets for the wild card?
God. I mean, I like Will's point about the Braves. I would be interested to see how much they fall. I think that the Diamondbacks and the Padres right now are right on their heels. And the Padres have played really good baseball the past couple of weeks. The Diamondbacks in the last 2 weeks have been one of the best teams in all of baseball. I don't feel as concerned about the National League Central teams, the Pirates and the Reds. I feel like they're having bounce back seasons. They're not postseason teams to me. The Giants are disappointing right now, 3 games back, but I wouldn't put it past them to gain a little ground. But I would say for sure the Diamondbacks and the Padres, who you can see are just both a game back from the Mets. But to Will's point, I also do not put it past the New York Mets to be able to bump their way up in the wild card standings. If their pitching can get on track, their offense, as we've all said, has been a force to be reckoned with the past month, the best offense in all of baseball. So all they need is their bullpen to get in shape, their starting pitchers to continue to be who they are. And I do think that they could gain some ground and separate. You want to separate at this point because the Diamondbacks aren't going away. The Padres certainly aren't going away. And you look at the rest of the teams, the Pirates and the Reds, they're playing with house money. They're not expected to be there. The Reds are disappointing this year, but I would say that to me would be the key.